Hi guys, my name is Dom, and today I have a very interesting topic because recently I worked on a project, or I'm still working on the project, to be honest. And in the project, it's kind of old code, and it has a lot of if, else, conditionals, and it isn't very readable, to be honest. Yeah, and one evening I was thinking about how could I improve like these conditionals, and I came up an article that's very nice. So yeah, and I have three cases for today. So the first case, it's quite easy. The function is quite easy. I mean, it checks if the game, the function has one parameter game, and the function checks if the entered game like is a PC game. Okay, and if it is, then we return true, and if it's not a PC game, return false. Very easy. I mean, we could also write it shorter. I know, yeah, we could like do this. Would be totally fine as well, but now for the reason of this video, I like to do it like with this and real if and else statements, because that's the point. So yeah, I want to show you a different way, and now let's start improving this function. So yeah, we write the exact same function again. You could do it as an arrow function or normal function, it doesn't matter. Takes the game as a parameter. And now the interesting part. But we go here and we make an array that we call PC games, and in this array we store all the options here, or all the PC games we have up here, right? I'm actually quite slow at copy pasting, I'm sorry. But yeah, so we do it like this. Okay, so we have all the PC games, all the conditions we want to ask for in this array. And now the interesting part is we can just use the includes function of the array. It's simple like that, right? And we ask if the PC games includes the game. And we could also like do it like with an if statement, but do it even cleaner, I guess, and just return the function. And now look at the difference from this to this. I mean, here, yeah, okay, you could arguably write this in one line, for sure you can, but still I think it's so much cleaner to write it in this way. And now the second case of today's video, it's the same function, but I did a little bit of improvements or extensions to the function. It has now two parameters, one with the game obviously and one with the release year of the game. And don't be too serious about it, I actually have no idea when these games came out. Maybe Valorant was 2020, Apex maybe 2018, I don't know. But that's fair. you can tell me in the comments. But yeah, you should be checking, like, I mean, if you have a lot of stuff going on here in this block, and the function does a lot of stuff, in an ideal world the function should be very small and should not like handle 1,000 different things, to be honest, but could be like a bit larger than that. And you don't want to run all through the function if you don't have, in this case, any game, right? You want to just break the function, stop running it, and save performance. So here I built like the if else with like a throw new arrow, and if we like run the function without parameters, for example, yeah, the arrow gets thrown. And then the next thing I did is, like, as I said, like put in the release year and ask if the release year is like smaller than 2021, and then we return like the console log, brother, game's old as fuck. So yeah, we actually don't need the console log then anymore here. Should be running as well. So yeah, let's make it a bit more readable, at least in my opinion. We do the same function, also array function. I get me like this, our PC games, and also that takes the two parameters, release year and game, right? And then what we should do in the first place, because we should throw an error as soon as possible. Like you don't want to run the half of the function and then run the error that you could also throw like in the first line of the function, because it's kind of unnecessary to wait. And so we make it like this. We ask if there is a game, or in this case, if there's no game entered, we throw the error. And now when we don't have a game, the function stops, right? It gets error thrown and that's it. The second thing, we can do it like this. Sure, we can with an if, but we can also do it like PC games includes game. When it's not the case, right? Then we just return. We just return. So it also stops. So when we don't have a game, the function stops. And when the game isn't a PC game, the function stops. I mean, you could also like console log it here, but I do it with the return statement. And now we can maybe get this console log here, because at this point we know it is a game and it is a PC game. I mean, it is a PC game, yeah, we know that. And then what you can do with the release statement with this, you could just write it like this. And then, right. So yeah, and now I put this here so you can see the difference that it makes. And I think it's, I mean, when I read this, okay, yeah, if game, it's okay for me to read, but then it gets like in this nested and I don't know. And I just go here and this function, I see, okay, there's my PC games. Then, oh, when I have no game, then it throws an error. And it also checks like for the PC game. If it is a PC game, then the function stops. And then it also doesn't have to check if the release year is like smaller than 2021, right? So yeah, tell me what you think about this way to approach things like that. I actually like it though. Okay, now case 3. So for the third case, I have like a kind of different function. The function gets the PC games by category, basically get games by category, and we have a switch statement, something I don't really see very often these days, but sometimes there are still some of it. So yeah, I want to also approach this in a different way, and in the article they also talk about this and have a very interesting way of approaching like switch statements. And you see, I run it. I run the functions, and yeah, when I give a null, of course the default hits and it's like just an empty array. And when I search for PC, it gives me the PC games, obviously. But yeah, I don't like switch statements, so let's do it different, right? Let's do it different. And first of all, we write the exact same function, right? Given the category and return something. Right? We return something. And now the interesting part. We can write all these different switch cases like in an object, just an object literal. For example, I would do it like this. Games would be an object. And here we make like PC. Do the PC games. Then Nintendo. And also, whoops, Nintendo, and of course the PS4. Okay, so now we have our options in here in the games object, And what we can do now is just get the games per category basically by accessing the object and put in the category. So we go the games and we want PC games. And now it does the exact same thing as above, but you will see when it's null, there's still some error. I mean, it's like an undefined, right? It's okay, but we can approach this, of course, like so. And then is it like the exact same? Yeah, that's it for today. All three cases. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. I learned something for myself because I was like researching for different ways to approach these things, and I'm actually quite surprised by how simple but how effective these came out. So yeah, I hope you have a great day and see you next time.